Okay, so the first time I ever got my bars run was at a Mind, Body and Spirit Festival in Sydney, Australia, which so happens where I'm doing my bars class. And I had no idea what bars were. I had met a facilitator from Access Consciousness who was rather handsome, and I'd gone out for a couple of drinks, etc. And what occurred was I had a business called Good Vibes for You, and I'm setting up at this stand. I just had this friend of mine who died. She went to Bali surfing and got bitten by a mosquito and died 3 days later. So I was really distraught. I was a little bit like that movie, you know, Four Weddings and a Funeral. I wanted the world to stop. I wanted the clocks to stop ticking. I was like, how is everyone just still keep living when this occurred? So I was pretty screwed up. And I still had to run my business. I still had to set up at this, you know, this expo. So anyway, so I'm at this expo and I'm doing this, and I've got, you know, my, you know, rainbow colored Good Vibes for You logo t-shirt on. I'm supposed to be all happy and supposed to be joyful, etc. And, you know, making money and all of this sort of stuff. And I was just like, I wanted to kill people. And people were there hugging heart to heart. And I was just like, fuck. This is not what I desire to be doing right now. So anyway, I went out that night and I actually drank a lot, got really drunk, trying to find something different is what I'm going to say now. It's like trying to find a different reality. I knew that this reality, where it was functioning from now, that there's got to be more than that. It was sort of like, this can't be it. There has to be more. So anyway, went out, got really drunk, walked around the next morning going, oh my God, I need to do something, you know, like I was looking at getting maybe a massage or reflexology or something like that, or something to, you know, drink or eat that's going to make me, you know, feel a little bit better and be able to go throughout my day with a hangover. So anyway, I walked past the Access Consciousness stand and there's all these massage tables, and this lady, she knew who I was. She knew I was a friend of one of the guys. And she said, would you like your bars run? And pointed at the table. And I just looked at the table and was like, do I get to lie on the table? She said, yes. And I was like, cool, let's do it. So I lay down on the table and she started to touch my head on these different points, like really gently. It wasn't, you know, intrusive or anything like that. And after about 15 minutes, I started bawling. I just had tears just like coming out, like it was, you know, and again, I'm with my little Good Vibes for You t-shirt, you know, trying to keep up this hearsay of what I should be, like, you know, being happy and selling Good Vibes for You stuff, etc. And that is not what I felt like on the inside. So anyway, she starts running my bars. 15 minutes later, I'm bawling my eyes out, and me being me, you know, trying to control everything, was like, okay, I gotta go. And I jumped off the table and I went to pay her, and again, she knew that I was a friend of this guy, so she said to me, no, it's a gift. So then I burst out crying even more. And then Gary Douglas, the founder of Access, walked around the corner, and I'd met him once, and he looked at me and he said, are you okay? And I was like, yes, I'm fine, you know. Of course I'm fine, you know, I've got my whole self together, no matter what happens. I mean, does that sound familiar to you? So anyway, and he went, do you want a hug? He went, do you want to chat? Do you want to talk? And I was like, no. And then I looked at him and I went, yes. And I went, no, yes, I don't know. And then he went, do you want to come outside? I went, okay, yeah, let's go outside. And I remember sitting outside with Gary, and I don't remember what he asked me, but I do remember he just kept asking me questions. And questions started to sort of alleviate what was occurring for me. And I remember we stood up, and he went, there's these, you know, different doors that go into the expo. And he said, which way are you going? And one door was way closer to my stand. The other door was way closer to the Access stand. And I looked at him and I went, I'm going with you. And I walked in and we walked around for a little bit. And it was just this sense of peace and this sense of calm, that everything I'd been really manic and frustrated about and upset about seemed to dissipate. So anyway, that's the beginning of my, you know, journey with Access Consciousness 17 years ago. When you get your bars run, you don't have to cry. It doesn't have to be this like, you know, big dramatic scene or anything. But for me, it did start to release a lot of the stuff of where I was trying to control everything and trying to hold on to everything. And it was driving me crazy, literally, that I knew that there was something else possible in this world. And yet looking around, it's like trying to fit into this reality, trying to fit into everybody else's points of view, their projections, their judgments. And it was like, this is not me. So for me, what bars gifted me, and still does, I've had my bars run 3 times this week, and it's been awesome. I'm super happy, and it's great, is it does create that place that there's way less stress. And if you're ever getting cranky or, funky or something's like, not right in your world, it's like, get your bars run. Biggest gift in the world, get your bars run. And the cool thing about bars, when you're running somebody else's bars, it's like you actually receive from that too. So one of the bars is a money bar. Money, power, control, okay? There's 3 bars that you could hold. Now, the thing is, if I'm running somebody else's bars and they've got, stuff around money, about power, control, etc., yeah, I wonder if you do. So it starts to delete all the stuff I have and all the stuff they have. You have this contribution to each other, right? So, and you don't have to do anything when running bars. It's not like this big deal. You don't have to meditate. You don't have to be quiet even. It's like, you're honoring of the person that you're running their bars, if they want to chat or not, etc., whatever. So, but it's like getting a computer and just pressing the delete button on everything. All the thoughts, feelings, emotions, all those, that stuff, that gunk that seems to, stick you for choosing something greater starts to go away. So, get your bars run, or you can come to a bars class. So the idea of a bars class too is you get taught bars, so you get to run them twice and you get to receive them twice, and you get a manual, and there's a whole bunch of questions we go through, tools and processes, and you can walk away and actually be a practitioner. So you can run people's bars and make money. Hey, why not? How does it get any better than that? So I am doing a bars class on the 10th of November in Sydney, Australia, where it all started, ladies and gentlemen. So if you can get to that, that would be brilliant. If you can't get to that, find a bars class near you somewhere. We have thousands of facilitators around the world. So go to accessconsciousness.com and find a bars facilitator near you.